your meeting at the Oval with President Trump. You are one of the most trusted voices that President Trump depends on. What were the conversations about India and the region?
Look, the conversation was about everything. Obviously, the president is a dear friend of mine. I've been with the president for 10 years. So I would say a good part of it was just two friends catching up. I think he's doing an incredible job here. But also, I did update him on my travels across India. He loved seeing what I have seen. And as I have traveled across the country, I've seen just incredible things. And sharing that with the president, also sharing with him the business relationship, which is growing. And on both sides, every single week, you see businesses coming here and you see businesses going there. And that's a win-win situation. That's something we aim to work at every single week in the embassy.
When you were in Delhi, you had Ambassador Grieve there and Piyush Goyal meet. What did you tell the president about, why is this not on the finish line? And that 2% that we all are waiting for, when would that happen?
Well, we actually called Ambassador Grieve on the phone. So he joined us in the meeting by phone and he gave the update himself. Ambassador Greer has the president's full confidence, and so we're getting close to finalizing that. But as you know, these things are complex legal things, right? This is not a one page. We have thousands of items between our two nations that we're working on, and so the fact that we've gotten so far, that's a great sign for the relationship. And I do mean, and I'm sincerely hopeful that we will be able to wrap this up sooner than later.
And the president also asked you, when is he coming to India? Of course, it's not anytime during the midterms. It has to be somewhere next year.
As you know, it's hard for him to travel right now at the midterm because he's so focused domestically. When the prime minister met with him in France, the Indian side did bring up that he's been invited to visit India. So we would love to make that happen sooner than later.
And have you invited Prime Minister Modi to the United States?
Secretary Rubio invited him when he visited him. And so yes, we have invited him and we would love to have him back here. And I think he's coming in December for the G20.
Okay. So. And one last question. You announced about the Quad meeting in Philippines. What can we expect in that meeting? And can we expect a leadership summit on the sidelines of G20 in the US?
It's a great question. I don't want to preempt the announcements that will come out in the Philippines, but obviously we aim to build upon what has already happened in New Delhi, which included those maritime options in Fiji and other places. So the Pacific security is something that is vitally important to all four nations. So building upon that, I think having regular meetings in of itself is vitally important. And so we want to pick up and we want to make this a regular thing, not a one-off once a year, twice a year. This needs to become a regular, formalized thing where the nations meet, regularly discuss, and move the ball forward. Good seeing you.